So I think some things that have come up in the health and wellness world with holistic nutrition specifically, things like hemp. We use a lot more hemp now than we have before. Hemp hearts, they're high in protein, they're high in fiber, they're high in omega-3s. They're really, really great. They're really easy to get your hands on. They taste pretty bland, which is a good thing because you can, spark it up if you want to or keep it bland. And they're really simple to add to smoothies or simple to add to oatmeals or simple to add into things. I think, getting kids and people onto more hemp products would be really good. I think it's also a great alternative to whey. So a lot of kids are getting on the protein shakes or are getting on protein powders, but one thing I want kids to really do is to make sure that they're transitioning their protein powders. They're not just staying on a whey for 20 years of their career. I have a lot of athletes and even recreational sport athletes who become allergic to dairy or become intolerant to the whey products because they've just been on it for so long. 3 shakes a day, 2 shakes a day for 20 years, it adds up. So getting more on a hemp protein would be really great. And we really have no excuses nowadays. I mean, before gluten-free products taste like cardboard and, protein powders taste like crap. 10 years ago, I remember trying my boyfriend's protein powder and it was awful. I look back now and think, wow, like we've really come a long way. There's lots of really great products out there. Things like chia seeds. So adding some fiber and omega-3s and calcium into our diet. So if we're getting rid of the cow's dairy, then adding some chia seeds into our diet would be really, really great because for 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, we've got the daily recommended amount of calcium. So that's a non-negotiable. We should be having that. Flax seeds are great. Again, you can spread them on anything high in omega-3s, high in fiber. Things like acai, things like maca powder is great hormonally, especially for young kids growing up. Getting a little bit of maca powder or maca root powder into a smoothie is really great. Helps with the homeostasis of the hormonal balance of especially kids going through puberty and also training really, really hard. It really moves the hormonal level in the body, so we really want to adapt and help that out. Some other things would be alternatives to dairy. Really, really push for kids to get off dairy as a main source of anything. We're seeing a lot of kids go for the cheeses, the yogurts, the cottage cheese, milk products, so much milk products every day. So alternatives would be almond milk, alternatives would be hemp milk, alternatives would be rice milk. There's so many more alternatives, and again, those things taste great. There's no excuse for us, and they're at the same price point. So there's really it's just a matter of making a choice. And I think the inflammation that's caused by some milk products, a lot of kids are intolerant to milk. So we need to acknowledge that that's something of overexposure probably of us growing up and having milk products in our daily life. Some other alternatives would be what else? To gluten. So getting gluten-free products, or even just having more variety in our grains. So using an amaranth grain instead of always using rice or always using flour. Making sure that we're not using bread as a staple in every single meal. So getting the gluten out of there, and really it's not necessarily about, at first it's not necessarily about the gluten. Who cares what it does to the body? We're just having way too much of it, like anything. If we were having sugar all day long and having, too much water, too much of anything is going to be bad. So we're having too much breads, we're having too much dairy. Let's pull back, let's add more variety into the diet, more color into the diet, more fruits, more vegetables, and better alternatives. And I think overall, that will have a better diet, better energy, better recovery, and our time spent in the gym or in our sport is actually going to mean a lot more.